And for the last 5 years in Section 4A, the Titans and the Zephyrs have met, and tonight they do so again. For the first time in 2 years from the town that 3M built, it's the Titans and the Zephyrs on Suburban Community Channel's TV 19. A.J. Burns on the return takes it out to the 27-yard line, and that will the Titans will start their 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. Hi, everybody. A very pleasant Friday evening to you. A perfect really Friday evening here in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul for some football. Alex Weston with you here. Zephyrs and Titans, the matchup on deck for you this evening. 6-4 are the Mahtomedi Zephyrs the last 10 times that these two teams have met. And the 6 last matchups have taken place in the last 3 complete regular seasons. 3 section championship appearances and 3 regular season matchups. Intriguing abounding in this matchup. Tartan will start their first drive on offense from the 27. Hand off to the left-hand side. Goes to number 81 on the left-hand side. Cuts back to the middle to the 35, down to the 36-yard line. And a really nice explosive play on first down as they are able to get across the 30 down to the 36-yard line. A gain of 8 on the play. That'll bring them 2nd down and 2. Deshaun Pfeiffer wearing number 81. And unfortunately, some roster changes from what was listed on the High School League's website. One of 159 games across the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul and beyond on this Friday evening. 2nd down and 2 from the 36-yard line. Taking the handoff to Pfeiffer, rolling out to the right-hand side. Blitz up the middle and a combined sack. Getting into the backfield, William Arlinson. He's got the contact first. Cody Dvorak with the second effort to finish off the sack of the Tartan quarterback Kamer, and that'll back up the Titans all the way back down to the 27-yard line, so a loss of 9 on that play, and a 3rd down opportunity upcoming. For the Tartan Titans, a story to watch for Tartan over the last couple of years was the play of the quarterback who did so well for Tartan, Brandon Lockhart. He's since graduated from Tartan High School, and Kamer so far has struggled through 2 games, 12 of 23, 137 yards, 1 touchdown, but 3 interceptions, and a Tartan offense that was held to just 3 points a week ago against the Irondale Knights. So here's 3rd down from the 28-yard line. Flag is high in the air, and the penalty, I believe, will be on the Tartan offense. So it'll back them up 5 as the blue and silver already stepping back down to the 22nd-yard line. Line to gain for that 1st down as the chain gang on our side of the field is the 37-yard line. And we'll repeat the 3rd down. So 5-yard penalty, first of the game for either side. And that's one thing that Tartan will have to watch out for this evening, making sure that they stay ahead of schedule and that they make sure to eliminate those penalties and have a chance against these Zephyrs tonight. The first game that ended today, Sleepy Eye defeated New Ulm Cathedral 18-8. A number of games across the Twin Cities area of importance. We'll update those scores as the evening progresses. Kamer gets the blitz out of pressure there. Finley cutting it back to the middle, creates some space, and a nice tackle from behind. Great effort by Cody Dvorak to get back into the backfield, slides forward down to the 35-yard line, so a gain of 13 on 3rd down, but it will be just a little bit short, and so 4th down upcoming here for the Tartan Titans, and so punt formation appears to be the way in which Tartan will go. Deshaun Houston listed at number 15 in punt formation. 2 receivers, 2 returners back deep. Rollinger for the Zephyrs, as well as Gunnar Woods. High into the air. They'll be Rollinger to field it down to the 25. Rollinger slowly now to the 30. Trying to get out of bounds to the 35. Stumbles ahead down to the 37. We'll see if they give him the spot of the 38, but a 3-and-out to start yields a punt. And wonderful field position here for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. They will start 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. On the other side for these Mahtomedi Zephyrs, they have returned to form. If you look at how they've been, it's the first 3-0 start for Mahtomedi since 2018. They're outscoring opponents 88-41, something which since that 2018 season the Zephyrs had not been able to. And quarterback Charles Brandt, who we saw in the Apple Valley game, has done very well in taking over for Johnny DeVore as quarterback. The only recorded game statistically that Brandt has so far against the Cretin-Durham Hall Raiders, 8 of 12, 88 yards, 1 touchdown for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. I formation again, we'll see this a lot. And then the handoff there in the backfield to Jordan Hull. Hull across the 41 down to the 44-yard line, and another excellent gain by the star running back for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, Jordan Hull, as he scampers up the middle for a gain of 7 on the play. Assisted by the tackles there of Alex Johnson on the defensive line for the Tartan Titans. That'll bring up second down and short. For Mahtomedi, 3-0, number 5 in Class 5A. They averaged 29.3 points per game. A 28-14 win over the Hill Murray Pioneers their last time out. And the schedule so far for the Zephyrs has been favorable. 2nd and 3, Hull on the carry across midfield. Hull to the near side. He's got a track race going down to the 30. Shovels and lowers the shoulder. And across the 25-yard line, the ball will be spotted at about the 25-yard line. Wonderful run by Jordan Hull and a first down for the Zephyrs. So a run on 2nd down and 2 of Hull. Again, you see that great explosiveness off to the right side. Run of a total of 31 yards for Hull. On your screen, one of the receivers, Quinn Wallach, as well. High formation again, 1st and 10 for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs from the Tartan 25-yard line. Handoff is up the middle to the right side. A little bit of battling after the ball. Again, the rivalry between these two teams is quite large. For the last 5 years, and actually 4 consecutive, if we wanted to go that far, have been played between these two teams. Most recently of which a 28-27 victory on November the 1st, 2019. And we'll show you the highlights from it. That were not for a 2-point conversion attempt in the dying moments from Brandon Lockhart to the star receiver who went Division I. Hand off to Hull up the middle, met with an ankle tackle first there by Finley. Defensively for Tartan, got back to the 15-yard line. And it'll be a first down on that play. And so another first down for the Tartan Titans as the chains move and the offense continues to move as well. So Mahtomedi showing their offensive prowess. 2 first downs on this opening drive of the game for Tartan. As we'll sit here, 7:05 remaining first quarter scoreless. Pitch to the outside, Hull. Hull cuts it back on a nice block into the middle, down to the 5-yard line. And he should be close enough for another Mahtomedi Zephyrs first down, depending on the spot. Looks like they'll give him only the 6. So we'll bring up 2nd down and 1 from the 6. Another gain of 9 for Hull. And that pitch we saw in the game against Apple Valley, that pitch worked so well for Mahtomedi. Nice cutback, good effort, well, and of course on the tackle there as well, Austin Martin defensively for the Tartan Titans. So here's 2nd down and 1. Pitch again to the outside, Hull up the middle, into the end zone, touchdown, Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Jordan Hull had 2 in the game against the Apple Valley Eagles, and in the last recorded game for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, he had 1 against Cretin-Durham Hall, and the Zephyrs take the early 6-0 lead. Again, the student section here at Mahtomedi making some noise. And Hull lowered the shoulder, lowered the helmet, was able to bowl past the defender. So the extra point attempt here from Joseph Heinz. Heinz so far this season made of 9 on extra point attempts, so 1 field goal attempted as well. Successful for Heinz, and the right-footed kick is up, and it is good. And so a quick drive for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs results in 7 as the Zephyr offense is off and rolling. The drive summary for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, they're efficient in their time. Just a 5-play drive that went a total of 63 yards and wound a efficient 2 minutes and 51 seconds off the clock, resulting in that Jordan Hull touchdown run. So Tartan will get a second chance to possess the ball here. And again, you see the 2021 Suburban Gray standings. Mahtomedi currently at the top 3-0, and Tartan 1 and 2, and 4th place as well. You see the Simley Spartans, Simley upcoming contests for both of these teams. Tartan will be at Simley, a Saturday game at 2 o'clock against the Simley Spartans in Inver Grove Heights on the 9th, and then the Zephyrs will host Simley on the 15th of October. We'll have that one for you here on Suburban Community Channels. Zamarcochelli back deep to receive. Heinch into the kick is a boomer. And this one will go all the way back into the end zone. It'll drop into that Air Force blue and will roll out of bounds. And so a touchback will mean 1st and 10 for Tartan at their own 20-yard line. And if you're watching from across the Twin Cities area, let us know where you're watching from. We love being able to do these broadcasts for you. As Friday Night Lights, I think we can all agree, is one of the best settings in the world. Something about coming out with a crowd and each student section having their theme. The Mahtomedi students on our near side choosing to go with the Western theme tonight. And of course for Tartan, their Tackle Cancer Night, in partnership, I believe, with Randy Schaefer's Tackle Cancer program. So certainly something that we'd love to see the support for. On the first Tartan drive, resulting in a 3-and-out and a punt, handoff to the right-hand side with speed, explosive speed to the outside, forced out of bounds. There's a first down for the Tartan Titans. Beautiful run on the right side. That'll be another first down. And this is kind of where the frustrating part comes in, of course, where the PA announcer here in Tartan said that A.J. Burns was number 1, but then on the roster he is number 2, so we'll keep an eye on that, of course, as we go on. So gain of 19 on the play, first down of the game for Tartan. They'll go I formation again here. The quarterback Kamer under center. Hand off to the left-hand side with speed here again. Number 2 gets out of one tackle, coming back again here to the near side. Wrapped up, wonderful pursuit on the tackle by number 56. William Arlinson with a sack already tonight, but another nice gain as the ball spotted down to the 46-yard line. So Burns with a gain of 7 on first down. That'll bring up 2nd down and 3. Again, Arlinson in the game earlier against Apple Valley with an interception against the Eagles. One of the stout middle linebacking core for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs, against who certainly have state tournament aspirations here this season. Kamer under center again, 2nd and 3. Makes a pitch here, handoff up the middle, met at the line by Arlinson and John Paul Johnson. The handoff was given to Joaquin Finley. A nice little fake there by the quarterback Kamer. Got down to the 25-yard line, no, the 45-yard line. So a loss of 1 on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd down. I like that play fake too. I like keeping the playbook open and keeping that honest just to see if they can try to get anything out of that. So Tartan, so far 0 for 1 on 3rd down. This is just their 2nd attempt on 3rd down. Kamer takes a high snap on the play action. Nice pass complete there to Burns over the middle. First pass completion of the day for either team. And it's across midfield on the Zephyrs side down to the 47. Gain of 7 on the play. And a Tartan Titan first down. They're 2nd on this drive. That was a well-sold play action play. And good credit to A.J. Burns for going up and getting that ball. And extending that drive. Well read, well delivered. Ball from Kamer as well. So 1st and 10. Here for the Tartan Titans at the Mahtomedi 47, 4:27 remaining. We're going to have a whistle, a stoppage, and a timeout taken by Mahtomedi Zephyr head coach Dave Metzel. His first 2 remaining for Mahtomedi with 4:26 remaining here in the first quarter. For joining us late, a 6-yard rush by number 7, Jordan Hull, capped off a 5-play, 63-yard, and 2-minute and 51-second drive. That gave the Zephyrs a 7-0 lead. We mentioned the last couple of matchups between these two schools. Mahtomedi with just a slight lead head-to-head, 6 wins to Tartan's 4. But the playoff matchups have been prolific as each of the last 3 complete seasons. And were it not for the COVID suspension, 2 things in last season's game, we would have had a 4th meeting between Mahtomedi and Tartan last year. But instead, we will settle for the regular season matchup again, the last one now in almost 2 years. Now we've seen the teams have really traded punches back and forth over the last couple of years. Certainly between these 2 coaches, it's a rivalry that's budding, and a rivalry certainly in Section 4 and Class 5 that is budding. So here's 1st and 10 for Tartan from the Mahtomedi 47. Kamer, hand off to Burns to the right-hand side. Burns, an explosive run over there to the 45, out to the 40, wrapped out of bounds. Flag comes flying in, and another one in from the back judge as well. So we'll see what the laundry is. Wonderful run. Again, great speed there. Off to the right-hand side as the ball will be spotted at the 39, pending the penalty flags. Again, you see the officiating crew here on this Friday night. Zephyrs in their road whites. Tartan accented in pink. Tonight, of course, for the noble cause. We'll continue to sort out the flags here for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Couple of injuries to watch on both sides of the ball. As Will Underwood, Ethan Loss out with injury tonight to key pieces to the offense and defensive side for Dave Metzel's crew. Now we'll get the official who's going to the other side, which doesn't necessarily help our cameras here on this side. So we're going to have a penalty there on Tartan. I believe that was holding. And so that will back them up, and it'll be a first down as a result. As they'll replay the down. So again, you see here just that great cut and then turn on the Jets. Escape one more tackle, and let's see if we can see that hold. Well, yeah, a little bit outside of the play, but still necessitated the flag, and of course the chant of "you can't do that." Hello to the 36 of you, now 38, watching on youtube.com/Suburban Community Channels. Again, let us know where you're watching from and where you might be today. So the ball will be backed up to the 49-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 12 now for the Titans. 9 formation, Kamer under center, handoff again. Burns to the left-hand side. Flag comes in from the backfield. Burns across the 45 down near the 40. They'll spot him at the 41. But from where that flag came from, I imagine the Titans will be marching back again. You can see the conversation there with the officials there. We'll see if this is a hold. That's where the flag certainly came in from. Although the Tartan students are having a great time as well tonight. The Titans are marching back. So for Tartan so far, penalties have been killer. Now 3 penalties for 25 yards assessed. Again, just that wonderful speed, that second level burst, and that cut back to that middle. Wonderful resiliency by the Tartan running game. So the ball now will be 1st and 10 at the 40. The yard line to gain is Mahtomedi 37. So still 1st down. Kamer sends Burns in motion from left to right. Kamer fakes the throw. Handoff again to Burns up the middle. Burns met at the line. Got a couple there, not much. To the 43-yard line. So finally that 1st down is completed without penalty. So the ball will be spotted there at the 43-yard line, right into that big defensive line for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Among them, Samuel Hemingway and John Paul Johnson on the stop for the Zephyrs. That'll bring up 2nd down, 3:29 and counting here in the 1st quarter. That draw play worked well too. Again, the speed that we've seen there certainly is one that I think we'd like to see that move just a little bit more there. Really watch that explosiveness from that running back. And 2nd down. Able to control the handoff, but again, nice job, able to go back to the outside. Got 1 on the play, forced out of bounds by Arlenson. So that'll set up a 3rd down in this drive. With so much promise for the Titans as they work their way first time into Zephyr territory. And again, you saw that bobble snap there. Fortunately, just not quite handled cleanly. So bring up 3rd down and long. The line to gain, the Mahtomedi 37. Ball spotted at the Tartan 47. So 3rd down, 21. Chance here on 3rd down. Titan faithful almost got him to break there. Kamer dropping back, throwing here to the near side, passing complete to Burns. Burns does not get down across midfield. Nice read, great defensive tackle by William Harris. Burns on the completion, got down to the 47-yard line. So a gain of 3 on the catch by Burns. Burns with 2 receptions, excuse me, so far this evening. And the Titans will be forced again to punt. But so much success on that drive for the Tartan Titans. They were moving the ball well, but those 2 holding penalties really killer. Unfortunately, that's what cost Tartan on that drive. So on a punt, Deshaun Houston. And standing back at their own 25-yard line, Gunnar Woods and Nicholas Rollinger. Punt is off. It's got in here too by Woods. Woods across the 30, following his blockers down to the 37-yard line. Titans are able to get to him there, so the ball will be dropped, and it'll be 1st and 10, Mahtomedi at the 37-yard line with 1:26 remaining here in this first quarter of play. So for Mahtomedi, their second drive of the game now will start the exact same spot as their first. 6-yard rushing touchdown by number 7, Jordan Hull, who, if he doesn't have college, is looking at him already. He certainly should. 1st and 10. Pitch to the left side, it's Beersdorf. Beersdorf across the 40, still going and taken down at the 45-yard line. Nice couple of tacklers there, and a great effort by a number of individuals for the Tartan Titans. Mason Stephen in there on the tackle. It'll bring him 2nd down and about 2. Line to gains of 47. And Beersdorf